Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. I cannot believe they are doing this. I am literally sitting here just trying to process the absolute insanity that Days of Our Lives is throwing at us for the week of July 20th through the 24th. And I need to get this out of my system right now before I explode, because they aren't just giving us one return. They aren't giving us two. There are 6 massive returns happening this week. 6! Am I dreaming? Did someone spike my coffee with Dr. Rolf's experimental serum? I know some people are complaining about the pacing lately, but personally, I am losing my mind over this cast list. We are getting legacy characters, fan favorites, and the kind of emotional devastation that I have been craving for months. So let's talk about this, because my brain is going a million miles an hour. First of all, let's talk about the absolute royalty that is returning to our screens. Lani and Eli. Yes, you heard me right. Elani is back. Sal Stowers and Lamon Archey are finally gracing Salem with their presence again, and it is about damn time. I've been watching since 2015, and they have always been one of my absolute favorite couples. They are the definition of couple goals on this show. And they are celebrating their anniversary on Tuesday, July 21st. Sal actually talked about how long of a journey it's been to get back to the canvas. And I am just so incredibly grateful that they are here. But you know, it's not just going to be all smiles and anniversary cake, right? Because Lani is already deeply tangled up in the Kristen DiMera mess. I mean, think about everything Lani and Eli have survived. They survived the baby switch. They survived TR Coates. They survived Paulina's endless lies. And they survived Lani going to prison. If any couple deserves a beautiful drama-free anniversary, it is them. But this is Salem, so drama-free doesn't exist in the dictionary. Remember when Lani was grilling Kristen at the DiMera mansion a few weeks ago? Lani realized her former best friend has zero remorse and is an absolute psychopath. So now that Lani and Eli are officially back to celebrate, I am terrified that Kristen is going to drag them into her toxic orbit. And what about the twins? Are Jules and Carver coming back? I need to see them. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's focus on the fact that Eli and Lani are back together on screen, looking gorgeous, and hopefully bringing some actual law and order to this town. Because let's be real, Rafe and Jada are doing their best, but Salem PD always needs Eli Grant. I just hope they don't ruin their anniversary with some ridiculous DiMera shootout. Okay, back to the point. The second massive return, and the one that is literally making me sob into my pillow, is Lexie Carver. Nikki Crawford is breaking my heart into a million pieces. We all knew this was coming, right? We knew, Doctor. Rolf's super serum 2 was a glitchy, dangerous mess. The lab rats died. And now, the spoilers for this week confirm that Lexie's terminal illness has fully relapsed. But here is the part that is making me scream. On Tuesday, July 21st, Kristen proposes an escape plan to her sister. Wait, what? Why does Lexie need an escape plan? Is Kristen trying to smuggle her out of the hospital to get her more of Rolf's tainted drugs? Or is Kristen just trying to cause chaos because she knows EJ is going to face the wrath of Abe and Theo? I mean, EJ played God. He brought Lexie back just to let her die all over again, and Abe and Theo are going to absolutely destroy him. But the part that really shatters me is Thursday, July 23rd. The spoilers say Lexie and Abe are going to exchange vows and wedding rings. You guys, they are having a deathbed wedding. I can't do this. I cannot handle this level of emotional trauma. James Reynolds and Nikki Crawford are going to act the absolute house down. I already know it. Can we talk about the logistics of this deathbed wedding for a second? Are they doing it in her hospital room? Is Marlena going to officiate? Is Theo going to be the best man while sobbing his eyes out? Because I am already crying just picturing it. Abe has always been the moral compass of this town, and seeing him broken like this is just cruel. Hasn't this man suffered enough? He just got Paulina to step aside so he could be with Lexie. Theo just forgave him for the whole CEO betrayal thing, and now his world is collapsing again. I am dreading watching this, but I know I'm going to be glued to my screen with a box of tissues. And speaking of Kristen, oh my God, she is everywhere this week. Which brings me to the third return. Rachel Black. Lorelei Olivia Moat is back on Thursday, July 23rd for an emotional mother-daughter moment with Kristen. And I am sorry, but I am furious about this. Am I the only one who finds Kristen's behavior absolutely sickening? Rachel is locked up in Bayview, completely psychologically fragile, weeping over the presumed death of her best friend, Sophia Choi. And Kristen is going to waltz in there and comfort her? Kristen murdered Sophia. She literally bashed her head in with a rock and threw her in the Salem River. It is just so hypocritical and twisted. Kristen is playing the loving, supportive mother while secretly being the monster who caused her daughter's trauma. And I know some fans love Kristen as this unrepentant villain, but this is crossing a line into pure psychological abuse of her own child. I really, really hope Brady figures out what Kristen did. Brady and Sarah are already investigating the Coraceal drug scandal, but Brady needs to pivot and look at his baby mama. Because if Rachel finds out that her mother killed Sophia, she is going to snap completely. There will be no recovering from that. I kind of want Rachel to figure it out and turn on Kristen. That would be the ultimate poetic justice. But it would also completely destroy her. I am so torn. Let's take a breath. Moving on to return number 4, Melinda Trask. Tina Huang is back on Friday, July 24th, and she is agreeing to help Leo Stark. Because of course she is. Leo is currently playing the biggest sympathy card in the world, faking a severe concussion to get Javi Hernandez to cuddle with him at the Brady pub. It is so manipulative, but honestly, it's classic Leo. So why does he need Melinda? Is he suing someone over his head injury? Melinda Trask has been looking for a way to claw her way back to the top ever since she lost her DA position. And Leo Stark always has some kind of blackmail material or ridiculous lawsuit up his sleeve. Are they going to sue the hospital? Are they going to sue EJ? Whatever it is, I am ready for the snarky one-liners. Greg Rickhart and Tina Huang are going to have amazing screen chemistry. I kind of love this dynamic duo. They are both so messy and self-serving. And then we have Foster. Miles Anderson is back on Tuesday, July 21st, and he is apologizing to Julie. Remember Foster, the bookstore guy who asked Julie out on a date? I guess the date didn't go as smoothly as he hoped. Or maybe he just feels guilty about intruding on her grief. Susan Seaforth Hayes has been giving such incredibly moving performances lately as she mourns Doug. Her scenes with Marlena, where they were just crying and laughing about their late husbands, were absolutely beautiful. So if Foster is apologizing, I hope it's just a sweet, gentle moment. I know some people are loving this idea of Julie finding a new companion, but personally, I am just not ready. Doug and Julie were the absolute blueprint for soap opera romances. They were the golden couple. I kind of feel bad for Foster because he is stepping into shoes that can literally never be filled. But maybe he just wants to be a friend. Julie definitely needs friends right now who aren't constantly wrapped up in DiMera or Kyriakis drama. Finally, we have Rita, EJ's executive assistant, played by Maggie Carney. The spoilers mention EJ sharing his concerns with her. Honestly, EJ should be terrified. His entire life is falling apart. Kayla kicked him off the hospital board. Rafe and Kat Green are building a massive ISA FBI case against him for the tainted drugs. Johnny is turning against him. And now Lexie is dying, which means Abe and Theo are going to come for his head. I am so here for EJ's downfall. He has been so arrogant, sitting in that DiMera CEO chair thinking he is untouchable. Well, guess what, EJ? Karma is coming to collect. I just love how everything is connecting right now. The tainted drugs, the Versavix serum, the DiMera corporate warfare, the teenage drama with Holly and Tate, it is all weaving together into this massive summer climax. Remember when they tried to do the whole DiMera drug scandal years ago and it just fizzled out? Yeah, didn't work then either. But this time, the stakes feel so much higher. Destiny is dead. Lexie is dying. Holly almost died. EJ cannot talk his way out of this one. It is absolute chaos, and I am eating it up. So what do you guys think? Are you as hyped for Lani and Eli's return as I am? Do you think Lexie is actually going to die this time? And please, tell me you agree with me about Kristen being the absolute worst mother in Salem right now. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I need to vent with people who actually understand this crazy show. I am going to go reread these spoilers and try to emotionally prepare myself for Thursday's vows. It's going to be a rough one, guys.